If I'm going to ask you, ano ba ang mga tinatanim natin para magkaroon tayo ng bagong halaman or magkaroon tayo ng harvest, you might be tempted to say, sir, seeds, mga buto, right? But technically, hindi lang naman mga buto ang itinatanim natin. Therefore, the right answer to that, kung ano yung itinatanim natin, is basically, we call that in general as planting materials. Okay? Planting materials. So seeds is only one type of planting materials, and we will be tackling the different types of planting materials in this lecture. So of course, unang-una, pinakasikat na planting material would be seeds. Okay? Seeds is basically the mature ovules of our plant. That is a result. Remember, seeds is a result of sexual propagation. Kumbaga, yan talaga yung kanilang anak. Yan yung bagong anak na lumabas sa kanila because of their sexual propagation. Or, you can look at it as itlog, for example. Yan yung itlog nila, yung seeds. Okay? So, when it comes to seeds, seeds comes from two genetic variation sa plant mo. And there's a sexual matching, and ang produce nila is your seeds. And what are the different types of seeds? You can categorize your seeds based on its certification. Katulad ng certified seeds, registered seeds, foundation seeds, and breeder seeds. Which I have discussed this already, yung different types of seeds from our previous lecture. We also have what we call as hybrid seeds, which is a result from very much controlled cross-pollination between two genetically distinct parent lines. So mayroong dalawang parent na maganda yung katangian nila. Ang ginawa ng mga agriculturists natin, pinag-cross-pollinate itong dalawang seeds na ito, itong dalawang plant na to, in order to provide an F1 hybrid offspring. Kaya nga siya hybrid seeds. Okay? So this is done in a controlled environment. Kumbaga, pumili sila ng dalawang halaman na maganda yung katangian, yun yung pinag-combine nila in order to produce hybrid seeds. We also have what we call as open pollinated varieties or OPV. Okay? Ito yung mga seeds that are obtained by pollinating the plant naturally. So basically, hinahayaan mo lang yung plant to do its own business. Okay? And yung seeds na makukuha mo doon are called OPVs or open pollinated varieties. And with the advent of technology right now, we also have seeds that we call as GMO or GMO seeds. Okay? These seeds are altered already. Kumbaga, we have used we have used biotechnology para i-enhance yung trait. For example, pwede nating gawing diseased or pest resistant yung ating halaman, katulad na lamang ng seeds ng BT corn, or pwede tayong mag-create ng seeds that allows us to that when the plant grows, na-induce siya ng vitamins katulad na lamang ng golden rice, di ba? So these are one type of planting materials, seeds. Okay? Now the advantage of seeds is that madali siyang i-store kasi mostly maliliit lamang sila. Madali siyang i-transport and madali siyang i-handle. Kasi nga dahil sa kanyang size. It is also cost-effective and okay na okay siya for large-scale planting. Another advantage of seed is that dahil galing siya sa sexual propagation techniques, okay? Alam mo na mayroong diversity doon sa crops na iyong itinatanim. So, ibig sabihin, nakuha niya yung strength ng both parents niya, although there's also a chance na nakuha niya rin yung weakness ng both parents niya. But the idea here is at least may variety kang makukuha doon sa iyong crop. May diversity. And because of that diversity, it can promote resilience to pests and diseases. Kasi one of crop breeders usually do right now is to get the best trait of a commercially produced crop and then i-breed nila yung crop na yon into the traditional crop which has this ability to be more susceptible against their harsh environment. Kapag ginawa nila yon, they get the best of both worlds. Okay? The limitation of seeds, however, is that um, it, it does require some pre-treatment para, for example, para ma-break yung dormancy. What do I mean by that? Minsan, kailangan gumamit ng technique called scarification and stratification para ma-break yung dormancy ng seeds. And when I say dormancy, ito yung internal condition ng seeds that allows it not to germinate. And there are many reasons kung bakit hindi siya nag-germinate. At ang isa sa mga pinaka-primary reason is that masyadong makapal yung kanyang seed coat or maaaring masyado siyang induced ng, what do you call this? Abscisic acid, if I'm not mistaken, or abscisic acid. So, minsan, you need to do scarification. Ang ginagawa nila, kumbaga, kinikiskisan nila yung seed para para pumasok yung tubig na kakailanganin ng buto in order to germinate. Right? Diba? Para mag-imbibation, para ma-absorb ng buto yung tubig, and that is called imbibation, minsan kailangan i-scar yung seed. So that's one form of treatment. There's also the concept of stratification, which is basically kino-condition mo yung buto either using cold treatment or warm treatment, depende dun sa buto, para ma-condition siya to germinate. So yun naman yung process ng stratification. So yan yung isang limitation of using seeds. And at the same time, very susceptible ang mga seeds to diseases if this is not properly treated or stored. No, kapag meron kang planting materials na dahil sa sexual propagation techniques, may mga planting materials ka rin naman na dahil sa asexual propagation techniques. And we call these planting materials as vegetative planting materials. And ano-ano yung mga to? Stem cuttings. So, portion of the stem nung halaman na, So, dahil asexual yung propagation ng ating vegetative planting materials, isa sa mga katangian nito or characteristic nito is that wala kang makikitang variation doon sa magiging offspring mo. Basically, kung ano yung itsura or kung ano yung characteristic ni parent plant, yun din ang magiging characteristic ng offspring plant. Okay? Kasi nga asexual kumbaga clinone mo lang, quote unquote, clinone mo yung halaman. So ano yung iba't ibang mga vegetative planting materials? We have stem cuttings. So kinuha mo, basically, yung stem ng halaman, yun yung itinanim mo. So ano yung magiging itsura ng halaman mo? Kung saan mo kinuha yung stem, yun ang magiging itsura niya. We also have root cuttings, stem cuttings. Example niyan would be cassava, sugarcane, sweet potato. We also have root cuttings. So sa root cuttings naman, kukunin mo yung pieces of roots. And then yun yung itatanim mo. Example niyan would be yam, sweet potato. So these are grown through root cuttings. For some, they also use grafting and budding. So that is also an example of vegetative planting materials. Ano ba ang grafting and budding? I will discuss this more on our next topic, I guess. But basically, the concept of grafting is to combine two plant parts. Ano yung two plant parts na yan? Rootstock and the scion. So madalas ginagamit yan sa mga fruit trees katulad ng mangga, citrus, and apples trees. So basically, you have here a portion ng halaman, and this is the root portion, and itutusok mo or i-combine mo itong part na to, and by doing that, kung ano yung nutrients sa sasagap ng puno na to, yun din daw yung masasagap nung inilagay mo. So that's grafting and budding. And layering na madalas ginagamit naman sa strawberry. blackberries, strawberries. Okay? Sa konsepto ng layering, basically mayroon kang uh, parent plant. So ito yung parent plant mo pag when it comes to strawberry. And then, di ba, nagpo-produce yan ng runner, basically. So kapag nag-produce siya ng runner, ang gagawin mo, itatanim mo yung portion na yan while it's still attached to the parent plant. And then itatanim mo rin yung portion na to while it is still being attached on the parent plant. So gagamitin mo yung stem niya, you're going to plant it there, we call that as layering. And by doing that, basically, darating daw yung time na itong halaman na to, from that particular point, magpuproduce siya ng roots. So kapag nag-establish na siya ng roots, pwede mo na siyang ilipat or i-transplant. Some vegetative planting materials, aside from stem and root cuttings, are specialized structures. Minsan hindi buto, hindi stem cuttings or root cuttings yung tinatanim natin, bulbs. Okay? These are underground storage, fleshy, modified leaves, basically. Katulad na lamang ng onion bulbs, right? So itatanim mo yan. In order to, yan yung itatanim mo, yan yung magiging planting materials mo. For some, sa patatas, tubers naman. Okay? Yung itatanim mo. Swollen underground stems or underground roots. So kung patatas yung pinag-uusapan, these are stem tubers. Kapag sweet potato naman, they are root tubers. Rhizomes naman sa luya. What are rhizomes? They are underground horizontal stems. They produce roots and they produce shoots. So pwede mong kunin yan, yun ang itanim mo. They are also a planting material. And stolons and runners, which na-discuss natin kanina sa concept ng layering. But basically, these are done for strawberries wherein horizontal above ground stems, they can actually produce new plants at their nodes. And you can use them as well as planting materials. And finally, I guess the last type of planting materials would be nursery materials. And when I say nursery materials, that includes seedlings. Okay? Kapag sinabi mong seedlings, these are not seeds, these are small plants that came from seeds. So, yan yung parang kung ang seed ay itlog, kapag nag-hatch yung itlog, merong chick. Yung chick na yun yung seedling. Okay? So, ano yung seedlings? Ano yung kailangan yung maintindihan and matandaan sa seedlings? Ang seedlings ay galing sa sexual reproduction. Okay? Kasi nga, galing siya sa seeds. Okay? Sabi natin kanina, kapag galing sa seeds, may merging of gametes from two parents. So, ganoon din ang seedlings. Basically, pina-germinate mo lang siya para siya ay mag-sprout. Nung siya ay lumaki, itatransplant mo na siya dun sa main field. Ano naman kapag quote-unquote seedlings pero vegetative planting material siya? Ang tawag mo naman dyan, vegetative propagules. Okay? Ang vegetative propagules is basically mga cuttings or specialized structures that are raised from nurseries and then after sa nursery, ililipat siya doon sa main field. Okay? Kaya nga siya tinawag na nursery materials, guys. Ibig sabihin, yung halaman, palalakihin muna natin siya somewhere bago siya ilipat doon sa field. Somewhere means in place na nursery. Katulad ng mga bata, for example. Ang bata, hindi naman dire-diretso magiging elementary yan. Dumadaan sila sa nursery. And basically, sa nursery, tinuturuan sila ng mga skills na magagamit nila kapag sila ay magiging elementary na. So, ganun din po ang nursery materials. What are examples of seedlings? Rice, tomato, eggplant. Ano naman example ng vegetative propagules? Banana, pineapple slips. Yan, yung mga example ng propagules. Ano ang kagandahan ng nursery materials? It can improve survival rate in the field. So you have to understand, yung ililipat mo na seedling, establish na yung root niyan. So malalakas na sila, kumbaga. So mag-i-improve nga naman yung survival rate. It also allows the uniform growth and development, lalo na kapag kinontrol mo na yung growth nila when they are in their nursery stage. The problem with seedlings or the limitation would be additional step siya sa iyong production process, and it does require labor and resources kasi iba rin yung pagmamanage ng nurseries. So these are the different types of planting materials that you will encounter when you are at the field or when you are at the farmer's field. So to feel free to explore more kapag meron pa kayong mga planting materials na may encounter soon as you are practicing your career or your profession as an agriculturist.